So, this one ended up with a subtitle. This is Indiana Jones Adventures Volume 2, Curse of the Invincible Ruby. In this, Indy's in a race to find the Invincible Ruby. There's a dude who's like, he wants to rule his country again, and he's going to use the ruby for evil, basically. And Belloc shows up briefly in this. There's not a lot to say about this. Like with the first one, it's okay. It's okay. As an Indiana Jones collector, I was really hyped up for these, and it's meh. As I told Matt Wilkins, like, having Belloc in these is really nice, but other than that, it's kind of mediocre. It's a shame. It's a shame that Indiana Jones never got the treatment Star Wars did. It's kind of upsetting as an Indiana Jones fan. Especially this 2008-2009 era where we had these two digest comics. We had a Dark Horse miniseries. We had a movie adaptation comic. We had some junior novelizations, some junior standalone Indiana Jones books, and one Indiana Jones novel from Steve Perry, who wrote Shadows of the Empire and like the best Aliens books. And none of it landed. It all just fell flat. They didn't stick the landing. They just face planted on the ground. It's a shame. If you've seen the first one of these reviews, you know what the art's going to look like. It's the same. It's that sort of going off of the Jindy Tartakovsky animation style, but it's just mediocre. But it's fine. It suits this story well. Like, it's an okay story with okay art. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but the kids are going to be fine with it. Like, oh, this is a fun Indiana Jones adventure. Not going to get a lot out of it. So, yeah, as I recall, this is, I think, a year after the last one. Yeah, it's 31. So earlier in the timeline than most of the other Dark Horse comics. It's funny because the Dark Horse miniseries that came out in 2008-2009, that took place later in the timeline, as I recall. It doesn't take place early, so it's interesting that we're getting that sort of thing in these Indiana Jones adventures. I have a feeling these were going to parallel the novels from the 90s, the Bantam stuff. They were going to have several of these, but I don't know. I don't have the information on hand to confirm or deny that. It just seems like there were going to be like several of these, because this is the shortest series of these Dark Horse Lucasfilm Digests comics. They only did 2 of these. Whereas like Star Wars Adventures, there's like 5 or 6 of them. Clone Wars Adventures has 10 volumes. The Filoni stuff, I think, has like, counting when they took the Clone Wars comic that they did spin-off and they made it digest size 2 when they recollected them. There's probably 14 of those, so it's weird that only 2. And by this point, we were starting to see Lucasfilm was going towards TCW and nothing else. TCW was the cash cow. Even though it didn't do well, that's something that no one likes to talk about anymore, because they like to say that Dave Filoni saved Star Wars when he clearly hasn't. I can't believe this is now a Dave Filoni video. But basically, everything that was a tie-in to the TCW show, I don't think anyone read unless Darth Maul was on the cover of it. Like the digest size comics, aside from us hardcore EU fans, I don't think anyone read those, but they kept pumping those out. They didn't pump Indiana Jones stuff out anymore. And it's 2008, 2009 that Lucasfilm just makes the decision, oh, we're just going to go forward with Star Wars and we're just going to completely give up on Indiana Jones. By this point, Staff of Kings, the main game, has pretty much been scrapped and sent to Force Unleashed. So, yeah, they were done with Indiana Jones, which was a real shame. It's a real shame. Anyway, this, another 3. I'll give it a 3.1. It's slightly better than the first one. So, 3.1 out of 5. Anyway, have a good one.